Hello out to all you lovely people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear and listening in to another Pitch for Switch video. And this time I'm going to be talking about Super Metroid HD for the Nintendo Switch and why I would like to see it happen. Firstly, I would like to see it happen because I'm seeing the treatment that Nintendo is giving to Metroid 2 on 3DS, and I want to see something similar to that done for Super Metroid, because Super Metroid has never been remastered, as far to my knowledge, whether it be by a fan or even by Nintendo themselves. It has never gotten a remaster. And this is something I believe can happen on the Switch, and I think Nintendo would really put the work into it. Um, so my first thought is I would like to see them make the game in full 3D, but again keep it in its traditional 2D perspective. But add in the counter system that they're adding into Samus Returns, and add in that counter system. Maybe expand it a little bit so that there's multiple different counters instead of just one. Um, Add in that 360-degree aiming mechanic. Um, Add in like a lot of the mechanics that came from later games, like ledge grabbing and stuff like that, because there are certain times in Super Metroid where if Samus could grab a ledge, would make things so much easier to traverse a certain area. It's ridiculous. Maybe change around, not necessarily change around the layout of certain areas, but maybe add some additional parts to those areas and add in maybe a couple extra power ups that weren't originally in Super Metroid that came maybe as a later thought in the later game, like maybe a Phazon blaster or something in there. Then they could also have a mode for where you once you've fully beaten the game, say you get to like 75% complete, like where you have 75% of the items complete or better, then you can play the game again with Samus in her full powered mode once you get past the space station area that Ridley is destroying and he takes the baby Metroid from. Like, all of that would be awesome. And again, this is why I personally think that should happen. And I want to see it happen on the Switch. Um, And then they can put in a leaderboard mode, because you know that they're doing the competitive thing now. Put in leaderboards and all that stuff. Have that ready for people to be able to sit down and like, ooh, this dude beat the game in like 50 minutes. How did he do that? Like, and there are speedrunners who can do it, and they'll have to leave in some unintentional glitches that allowed that to happen. But most people are going to play the game proper. But for the competitive scene with speedrunners, they'll have to leave that type of stuff in there and maybe add in some additional stuff that might make it a little bit better, more rewarding to be able to speedrun it. Or and even add in changing Samus's suits to different versions of the various suit, or even the Phazon suit from the Metroid Prime series, the Dark suit from the Metroid Prime series, the Fusion suit from Metroid Fusion. Like, just allow a whole array of different changes that you can make. Like, most of this stuff is going to be cosmetic anyway, because it's not going to actually affect the gameplay. Or even have a mode where you can play with her in her Zero suit. Very similar to how with the first Metroid game, if you beat the game, you could play with Samus in her, like, leotard at the time. So, put Zero Suit Samus in the game as a playable option. And make make there be distinctive differences between how Samus takes damage in that mode versus with her various suit. Like, allow the Zero Suit obviously to be able to get certain upgrades where she can, like, traverse the air, traverse places that she wouldn't normally be able to traverse in the Zero Suit, which I know that would take a lot of work. But this is all stuff that I think a lot of people would enjoy, and it'd be another way to refresh Super Metroid, and it'd be another great Metroid game to be putting out in a very short period of time. I mean, obviously it's going to take a lot of work because they're going to have to remodel everything, but I think that they could do it. I think that they could do it, and it would be really well appreciated. Hopefully, people will put their money where their mouth is, and they stop complaining about getting Metroid games and then not actually buy them. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. I'm not even going to rant on that. But I personally want to see that happen. I really want to see that happen. And I think this would be a great addition to the Switch library. And it'd be another another amazing game to have out there that people could go ahead, pick up, and enjoy, and have a lot of content added to it. And you know Nintendo's not going to just, oh, we're going to just make the game look prettier and put it back out the exact same way it was. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to change some things. They're going to add and take away things that they feel necessary. And I would love to see them give that treatment to Super Metroid. So if they call it Super Metroid, I guess they would have to change the name of it slightly, but Super Metroid or actually call it Metroid 4 this time, I wouldn't care. I would be on board with that. I just want to see it happen. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games and peace out.